Hey everyone, Scott Rattigan here from Functional Lawyer, and today we're talking about your website. It's the first thing most people will see when they come across you on the internet, so it's important that you use it to protect yourself. Now, specifically today, we're talking about why you need a website terms of use or terms and conditions. You need it. We're gonna talk about what it is, 5 reasons why you should have it. It all essentially boils down to protecting yourself. What should be in it, and how to get it. All right. So what is terms of service? What is terms of use? I usually call them terms and conditions. It's an agreement that a website user that goes to your website must agree to in order to access your website and any services or amenities that you provide. That's what it is. You've probably seen it a bunch of times on people's footers, terms that's usually accompanied by another link for privacy policy, which we have another video and blog about that at Functional Lawyer. Different topic, but related. But that's what a terms and conditions is. It's an agreement between the website user and the website creator over the liability and rules of using the website. These are the terms in order to use our website, terms of use. So 5 key reasons why you need to have it. One is you can mitigate liability for your website. You can put in some limitations of liability, some disclaimers about just using your website. You can also define the permitted conduct allowed on your website. So are people allowed to comment under blog posts? Is there a message board, a forum? What happens there? What can they do with your intellectual property? Can they use your photos? Can they use your text copy? What can they do? So it's essentially a place for you to limit people from stealing your stuff. Number 3 is you can set up an indemnification process for your website. A little bit related to if somebody else, another user posts something on your website that infringes upon a third party's rights. So let's say there's a comment section and they steal somebody's video and put it up there, or they steal somebody's words or other intellectual property and post it to your website. The copyright owner or the owner of those intellectual property rights then tries to sue you. The indemnification clause in the website terms of use will protect you, because it's whoever posted it will have to pay you back if anything happens. Or usually you'll just dismiss the case if there's an indemnification agreement, and then they can sue that third party. Relatedly, it'll protect you from a lot of that stuff if you just have a good Digital Millennium Copyright Act section on it. It's about how to handle complaints if you as the intellectual property owner find your stuff on my website. Here's how you contact me and we'll take it down. 4th, you can implement a limitation or exclusion of liability, particularly if you are linking out to third-party sites. Say you say, hey, here's a cool resource, you can check it out, and they go link that third-party site. You can limit any responsibility that happens on that third-party site. You're not responsible for it, so this allows you to limit that. If they get a virus or anything happens on that third-party website, that's between those 2 people, not you. And then finally, the 5th reason is to incorporate an arbitration clause, determine where any disputes are handled. So an arbitration clause just allows you to dictate the time or when and where any disputes are brought, and then how they go about being settled, right? So those are the 5 key reasons why. What should be in it? I mentioned a couple of them already. 1, it should just say that by using our website, you accept, so acceptance of terms, that they're getting a limited license to use the website, that if you collect cookies, and I'm sure you do, that you will be collecting them and how you collect them, what you're collecting, and how it helps provide better service to them. Acceptable use policy, international use and compliance, any language around, there are some federal laws about websites that are designed for children under 13. So you'll want to say that you're not designed for children under 13 in most cases. Digital Millennium Copyright Act provisions. You'll also want to talk about user accounts. If anybody has like a login or sign in, how that's handled. Any payment provisions are usually in there as well. Privacy, as we mentioned, is sometimes contained in the terms, but usually there's a whole separate section for that. Who owns the website? You have to put that in there, how they can reach you if there's any issues. definitely want to put some disclaimers in there. There's more. So long story short, the 5 key reasons why you need this are variations on it protects you from liability, or it limits your liability, or it totally insulates you from liability. Now, where do you go to get one? We have one at Functional Lawyer that is designed for you to edit to suit your own practice's needs. So you can download it. It comes in Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word format. It also comes with a video tutorial on how to edit some of the sections if they don't apply to you, or if they do. But you should always check with your localities as well, and always be having these things reviewed by local attorneys that know your specific situation. So that's website terms of use. You should definitely have it because it limits your liability in 5 key ways. You should add provisions in there that make sense for your business. Don't just go out and copy and paste it from Google or Apple or somebody else. They're going to have a lot of different terms of use that don't apply to you as a medical professional running basically just a very basic website. With apologies to those of you who spent a lot of time working on your website, relative to Apple and Google, that they're pretty basic. So that you're not going to need everything that they have. Okay. So definitely don't steal it. But it's going to help you. It's going to help you sleep better at night, having the protections. Maybe you weren't even aware, maybe it wasn't keeping you up at night, but it will protect you better just from the various things that have to happen. And also, if you're having a cyber insurance policy for your business, they're going to want to insist and see your insist that you have one, and they're probably going to want to review your terms of use for your website as well. So another reason to have it is, in addition to limiting your liability through the terms themselves, if you're going to get a cyber insurance policy, they're going to want to see it as well. So the those two things together will really help you keep your website safe and make sure that you don't put yourself in needless places of risk or liability. So thank you so much. Follow us over at Functional Lawyer, and we'll see you in the next one.